I decided to come to Lewis and Clark because it was close to home, inexpensive. I wanted to become a computer graphic designer, also become an animator as well. Hopefully with this degree, I could break into the video game industry or the film industry. Affordable, close to home, cutting edge technology. Lewis and Clark.
Hey, I'm Anderson Cooper. As a parent, you want to make sure that your child knows how to deal with bullying when they see it happening. And chances are they want to help, but they don't really know how. I'll teach them that the best thing to do is calmly walk away, find a teacher or other adult, and speak up. And do your part. Be that adult they can talk to and trust will listen. Join me to help stop bullying. Go to stopbullying.gov to find out more.
Lead paint poisoning affects 1 million children today. If you're pregnant or have young children and your home was built before 1978, you could be at risk. Learn how to protect your family. To find your home's danger zones, the health effects, or just to find help, log on to leadfreekids.org.
This can't be happening. This can't be happening.
Of course it's not happening. Armored car. Listen, having money isn't about luck. Make your own coffee, save $1,000 a year. Feed me. Feed the pig.
Welcome to the Coaches Show. I'm Kent Sheffield. The women's coach, Duran Young, is alongside. Coach, we've got Missouri Valley tonight. What can we expect?
Yes, we're going to expect an exciting game tonight with the Missouri Valley. They're a four-year school. We're playing against their junior varsity. Last year they competed well against us. We ended up pulling out a victory last year, but we expect a good one tonight. Hopefully we'll be back to full strength with all of our players, and hopefully it'll be a good one.
Early in the season, and already you've had some problems with injuries.
Yes, we had. We've had two of our starters going down so far, so we were without them over the weekend. We still competed pretty good, but it's always tough when you have injuries this early in the season, because it's a long, grueling season by playing 30 games, and we're only 6 games in.
Talk some about who you lost and what type of injuries they sustained.
Ivana Kovacev, she's one of our post players. She has an ankle injury, kind of like a high ankle sprain. She's been out she's now missed 3 games. Hopefully she'll be back full strength tonight as she has been cleared to play tonight. So hopefully we'll see some good things out of her. And Benicia Childress, she's one of our top 2 scorers. She's also nursing a knee injury. She's got patellar tendonitis, a little jumper's knee. I guess she likes to jump a lot. So, so yeah, she's out as well. Well, actually, she'll be coming back. And she's probably not 100%, but we're going to work her back slowly.
Can they overcome those injuries when they happen this early in the season, or are they going to be nagging all season long and you just try to play through it?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. They're going to be nagging, all season long, but it also depends on their rehab, on how well they rehab, if they stay consistent with it. And our trainer, Don Lentz, does a really good job with our players and getting them back onto the court and onto the field. And hopefully, things go right in their rehabilitation and they'll be back to full strength.
And anytime you lose one of your leading scorers, that makes for some major adjustments on your end to try to overcome that loss.
Yes, it does. We had to, some of our other players had to step up a little bit and do some scoring. And I was glad to see, some of us did step up. And it's kind of tough when you're asking freshmen to now, step in and really contribute more than what they had been the first few games. And I feel like, they're taking on the challenge pretty good. And we've done pretty decent.
It has to be some mental challenge there for them as well when they look to another player as being one of our leading scorers, and suddenly that player's gone, and not only is that player gone, but I've got to make up the difference now.
Yes, it is. It is tough on them, knowing that that they now are looked upon to to score and do some of the things that they haven't done, previously until then, because other people had done it. And, I think that we've taken a pretty good mental approach. Nobody's, really shut down or not really produced. So I think that we've approached it pretty well.
What kind of rehab steps are being taken? Is it mainly just time off, let it rest, let it relax, or are there things that you can do from a therapy type of standpoint to get the individuals ready again?
Yeah, well, time off is always great. We had a few days off last week, so they had some time to get healed. As well as after tonight's game, we'll have 8 days off, so they'll have some more time to get healed. But it's basically that timing and then the rehabilitation. For the high ankle sprain, there's just a lot of things that Don has to do to make sure they're clear and make sure that ankle doesn't give out anymore, as well as the tendonitis. That's more of a resting thing. She's just got to stay off it a little bit and it'll heal. It usually takes about 3 to 4 weeks to heal, they say.
A Thanksgiving dinner can cure a lot of things.
Of course, and I'm sure she'll eat well, and hopefully it does cure real soon, because we go to Kansas City on that Friday, on Black Friday, and we're going to need those too, and hopefully they eat a good meal so they're ready to play.
Talking some about tonight's game, do you like playing the four-year schools? Is that a good thing, a bad thing?
Well, it's good. It's good. It doesn't help if you're trying to get ranked. It doesn't help you very much, but it helps as well as hopefully we'll get some confidence from those games. And again, as far as those four-year schools getting a chance to see our players and possibly being able to recruit our players into going into their four-year schools.
What can we expect to see tonight? Fast pace, slow pace?
You're going to see.
I assume we'll see the press.
Yeah. Oh, yes. You're going to see the press. Definitely. You're going to see press. Hopefully, we'll get off to a good start, and we may not have to press the whole time. But hey, if it's a close ball game, you're going to see some pressing, some full court man, and all the bells and whistles, whatever we can pull out to get this victory tonight. And
what should we expect to see from Missouri Valley? What kind of team do they have?
Well, they're usually just a nice half-court fundamental team, really fundamentally sound. They have a new coach this year as far as their head coach. The JV coach, I believe, is a different coach as well. So I'm not exactly sure on what we're going to see from them, but normally they're usually a half-court, good fundamental team.
That would create some challenges for you and every other coach when a team gets a new coach, because you've spent a year, 3 years, 5 years playing that same individual, knowing what they like to do, and suddenly it's a new ball game.
Yeah, that does bring on challenges, and hopefully we can overcome those early challenges. And we're playing at home, so hopefully we'll be real comfortable, and we can make them uncomfortable by some of the things that we do.
Is that a big factor for you to be at home?
Yes, it is. I feel like we shoot the ball a lot better at home. We play on the road. We tend to not shoot as well, but by being at home, we're more comfortable playing in front of our own fans. We're okay with the surroundings and things like that, and I think that it is a big advantage for us.
How much of a factor are those bus rides? Some of those bus rides, like when you're playing St. Louis, don't mean much. When you're playing Missouri Valley, that if you were on the road, coming from near Kansas City, that's a pretty good ride.
Yeah, it is, and I think that does play a big factor, because normally when we travel, we like to get there, at least a couple hours in advance, so they can get off the bus and shoot around a little bit, get stretched out, and wake themselves up, because if they don't have enough time, then we can walk in like the living dead. We can walk in like zombies, and we're kind of just all over the place. So. Hopefully for Missouri Valley, they're not as prepared with that long bus ride. Because normally when we travel, we like to get there, at least a couple hours in advance so they can get off the bus and shoot around a little bit, get stretched out, and wake themselves up. Because if they don't have enough time, then we can walk in like the living dead. We can walk in like zombies, and we're kind of just all over the place. So hopefully for Missouri Valley, they're not as prepared with that long bus ride. They're not prepared for tonight, but if they are, hopefully we just come out and give them a good ball game.
You mentioned earlier a couple of injuries. Is everybody else healthy? Is everybody else in good shape?
For the most part, we still have a couple, players with nagging injuries, but they're cleared to play. But you know how some kids just may be 90, 95%. They try to give you their all, but they don't want to sit out at all. They don't want to sit out, and I hope that nobody can get injured tonight, and we just keep progressing.
It becomes a time when that bench really does take on a new level of importance.
Yes, it does. And as I said before, they've already had to contribute a lot here, and they're going to continue to have to contribute because once you get those nagging injuries, they won't be able to last those minutes that they were able to before. So hopefully the bench gets in early and they contribute, and then maybe we can have those players that have those nagging injuries rest a little bit.
And I guess this is a time, too, when it becomes an even bigger challenge for your second-year players. You don't have that many, but suddenly they're the ones who have to take the lead because people are going down.
Yes, they do. They have to step it up. All of those sophomores, well, the 3 sophomores that we do have, my 1 being a transfer and only 2 being back here that played at Lewis and Clark last year, it is a big challenge for them to step up and have to make sure that everybody is on the same page and that they're leading the way.
We need to take a break. We've got more with Coach Jerron Young coming up right after this.
I decided to come to Lewis and Clark Community College because it's close to home and I knew a lot of my friends were going here too, so there's never an unfamiliar face in any of my classes. Coming to Lewis and Clark is a big step in my career path because Lewis and Clark has one of the best nursing programs in the area. Affordable, friendly atmosphere, attentive teachers, Lewis and Clark.
Takeout meals for just $12.99. Call it.
Sherry Pearson. You are the sole surviving heir of the King of Montonopolis, and you are now worth $45 million.
I'm rich! This can't be real.
Of course it's not real. Come on. Having money isn't about luck. Like that takeout meal. Cook at home instead, you can save thousands a year. Feed me. Feed the pig.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Bring out the action hero in you. Fuel up right and get energized. Be part of the greatest action movie ever. The first movie that puts you in the action. Show us how you train and eat like an action hero. Join in at actionheroalliance.com.
This is the Coaches Show. I'm Kent Sheffel. Jerron Young, the coach of the women's team, is here. Coach, we've got Missouri Valley coming up in just a few minutes. Should be a good game.
Yes, it should be a very exciting game tonight. We're expecting a lot of our players to hopefully step up and perform tonight, and hopefully we can have a good one.
Since the last time we talked on TV, you played Kaskaskia. That was a tough game. You lost your second leading scorer, your leading scorer, depending on the night, however you want to look at it. Anytime you have that happen in a ball game, it makes for a tough game, but Kaskaskia got kind of lopsided.
Yes, Kaskaskia, they're a really good team. They went to the national tournament last year. They're a Division I junior college. Of course, we're Division II. And whenever you play those types of teams, you really have to step up to the challenge and play well. We did some good things that night, and some things we didn't do so well. And then we did lose one of our starters and one of our captains in Ivana Kovacev in the first 30 seconds of the game. She got tangled up in setting a screen on offense, and she hurt her ankle like really bad.
You lose a player in the first 30 seconds, that just really sets the stage for the evening.
Oh yeah, it was really was a tough time after that. We had to sub earlier than what we wanted to, and we really didn't get off to a good start. You know, with her in there, she's really sound defensively and she rebounds really well. So she helps set the tone of how we're going to play defensively. And you know, we didn't get a chance to get that tone set early in that game.
And in your case as a coach, if you're expecting 30 minutes out of her and you get 30 seconds, you suddenly have to rethink the whole strategy.
Yes, exactly. We had to use a lot more of our bench than what we expected to, and for a longer time span than what we expected. And you know, I wouldn't necessarily say it hurt us, but it just, our game plan wasn't totally able to be fulfilled due to her being injured.
Took on Shawnee after that. Very close game, 3-point difference. That gets to be a tough loss.
Yeah, Shawnee, that was a really exciting game. We got down a little early. We were down by about 17 or 18 early in the first half. Cut it to about 5 at the half, and then we actually ended up taking a 4-point lead with 5 minutes to go. And then we just couldn't pull it out down the stretch. We missed a couple free throws, missed a couple open shots, and we just didn't execute and couldn't get a stop, you know, down the stretch. But you know, it's a learning progress, and our kids are learning. We have to learn how to win down the stretch, and it's all about, you know, learning and playing well and at the right time, which hopefully we're playing well in February.
You're talking about the mental end of the game now. Is the physical part where you want it to be? Because obviously when you're saying we have to learn, right, that's different than the physical game.
Yes, I believe that physically we're okay. We're in pretty good conditioning. Mentally, though, we're not there yet. We're still working hard on learning the game and thinking the game. You know, basketball is a big thinking man's game. You have to be able to think about certain situations that you're put in, and sometimes, you know, we don't make the best decisions in those situations. So you know, we learned a lot from that game. You know, that was a home game that we really needed to get, but I thought that we learned a lot during that game, and I think it's going to help us down the stretch.
And that's always a plus if you can come away with a positive like that after a loss.
Yes, correct. You know, I really, you know, as a coach, you really hate to lose those 3-point games at home, but you know, I really wasn't too upset, you know, because we did a lot of good things that game. You know, we were down early by a lot, and we fought really hard to get back. And, you know, when you're down like 18 to 20 points and you fight like that to get back, you know, you lose a lot of, I guess you get tired from having to fight so hard. And then, you know, you want to, after you fight that hard, you want to be able to hold on to that lead, and we just couldn't do it.
Tony La Russa would talk about when he was managing, he'd have to be thinking 2 or 3 innings ahead all the time.
Yes.
When he's in the 5th inning, he's got to be thinking about the 7th and 8th, that kind of thing.
Yes.
How far ahead can you think in a basketball game?
Well, you know, depending on the situation in the game, you know, depending on how the game is going, if they're having trouble with certain things that we're doing, or if they're having trouble with those things, and we need to keep doing them until they, you know, until we can overcome some hopefully the deficit if we're losing. If we're doing some things not so good, then we need to, you know, either change up our strategy or make some other types of adjustments in personnel.
The last game you had was against Lakeland. That was actually a closer game than the score suggests.
Yes, it was. We were down 7, and of course we had, again, 2 starters out, and we were on the road, and so I thought that we played a pretty decent first half. We did a lot of good things in the first half. It was just in that second half, again, we only had 10 players and only a couple post players, and we kind of ran out of gas in that one, just trying to fight just to stay in the game. And you know, they got comfortable on their home floor. They shot the ball very well, and which they normally do anyway. But you know, I felt like we made some progress again in that game.
Is the season where you thought it would be, where you expected? Obviously, when you have injuries, that wipes out a lot of the planning. But if you eliminate the injuries, are you where you'd like to be?
Well, I thought that we would have been a little bit better as far as record-wise. I feel like the players are progressing, so I feel like we're where we should be in that aspect. But as far as wins and losses, I thought we'd be, probably at least 500 by now. I thought we'd be able to, sneak up on a couple people and get a couple wins, but that didn't happen. But I feel comfortable, and I think we're okay right now with where we are.
And the team has to feel good tonight when you say we've got everybody back.
Yes. I think they will feel a lot better. I think we'll be re-energized, due to having a full lineup now, and I think we'll hopefully feel real comfortable and go out and hopefully we get off to a good start.
Let's talk some about what's coming up. After tonight, you're facing Lincoln Trail.
Yes, Lincoln Trail, we'll play them on the road. It's another Division I junior college. And last year we played pretty well against them. This year's a new year, obviously, and new lineup for us. And from what I understand, their coach went out and they got a whole new roster pretty much. They have about 2 or 3 kids that are 6'2" or better, which means that they're going to be obviously big, and we're going to have to handle their size. They generally shoot the ball pretty well as well. So, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a good game, and hopefully we can pull one away out on the road.
And then after Thanksgiving, you have the Penn Valley Shootout. Every time I hear that, I think you're going to Pennsylvania.
No, we'll be going to Kansas City. We'll be playing at Penn Valley College against 2 schools that are actually out of Iowa, Marshalltown and Ellsworth. They're normally pretty good Division II junior colleges. They have good traditions for their women's basketball, and so they're going to be some good challenges. They'll obviously be playing on a neutral floor as well as us, so nobody really has the upper hand there. So hopefully we go out and play well, and we can come away with a couple of victories.
It has to be fun to have those, while they're not big tournaments, to at least have that kind of a setting.
Yes, it is, because once we make it to the region tournament, we're obviously going to be playing on a neutral floor, and I think that playing these games early, it helps us, being on the road, playing on a neutral site, and playing on a short notice of getting a chance to really get acclimated to that gym and those surroundings. So I think it's a good situation that we're in by playing those games.
That's also a good physical test when you're playing games back-to-back, one day to the next.
Yes, it is, because when you get to those region games or region tournament games, you are going to play back-to-back, and sometimes early. So it does benefit us as well to have to play those early games back-to-back.
Do you find the competition is good? You mentioned a couple of Iowa schools. You don't normally play Iowa, so it's got to be interesting from that standpoint that you get to see somebody that you don't normally take on.
Yes, it is. It's someone, 2 schools from a different region that you get a chance to see, and they normally have great basketball up in Iowa, and so I feel like it's a great test for us to be challenged by 2 schools that have traditionally good programs. And
then after that, you're right back at it with the McKendree JV.
Yes, McKendree JV will be I believe our next televised game here at home. They're a Division II junior college that's got a pretty decent JV. Last year they were pretty good, and hopefully, we'll be able to come away with one, but it's going to be a very, very good game.
That's going to do it for the Coaches Show. Jerron Young has been here. I'm Kent Scheffel. We have basketball against Missouri Valley coming right up.
I chose Lewis and Clark Community College because my dentist and my dental hygienist both highly recommended this school for the dental assisting program and dental hygiene program. And I feel completely prepared after going to just a couple semesters here. I feel like I know what I'm doing now. These great teachers, I feel like I can have one-on-one chances with them. So I feel completely prepared thanks to this college. Highly recommended, fantastic atmosphere, and great teachers. Lewis and Clark.
Oh, sweetheart. Gonna give you a hand?
No thanks, Dad. I got it.
Okay. I'm gonna go fix the lamp in your room.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Packers. Viking. Packers. Viking. Viking.
Red state. Blue state. Vegan.
Carnivore.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
Downtown.
Optimist.
We come to different conclusions.
Half empty.
Half full.
But when we live united, we create real, lasting change in the building blocks of life. The education, income, and health of our communities,
Live
our families,
united.
even the person next to us.
Live united.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome to Lewis and Clark Lady Trailblazers basketball here on LCTV. Another home game tonight for the Lady Blazers, and they're ready to get started against Missouri Valley College. Let's go to the floor and get to it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this afternoon's game. Our game today is a women's match between the junior varsity Vikings of Missouri Valley College. And they'll be taking on your Trailblazers of Lewis and Clark Community College. Ladies and gentlemen, before we introduce this afternoon's rosters, we ask that everybody stand as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet and greet this evening's starting lineups. First for Missouri Valley, she's a guard from St. Louis, Missouri, number 10, Samantha Gilkey. Wearing number 21, a guard from Jackson, Missouri, Brooke Sanders. Wearing number 33, in the middle, from St. Louis, Missouri, Alicia Winston. Number 31 is from Westminster, Colorado, Taylor Robson. And wearing number 44 from Grain Valley, Missouri, Chelsea Wilson. Vikings are coached by Kayla Hawley. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet and greet your Trailblazers of Lewis and Clark Community College. First, wearing number 14, a 5'4" freshman guard from Indianapolis, Indiana, Sinjin Hughes. Wearing number 22, a sophomore, 5'4", from Florissant, Missouri, Rhonda Fox. Number 23 is a freshman, 5'7", from Hazelwood, Missouri, Kayla Mitchell. Wearing number 33, a freshman from Florissant, Missouri, Kylie Malvo. And wearing number 1, a sophomore from St. Louis, Missouri, Kayla Dampier. Lewis and Clark assisted by Terry Jackson, the assistant coach Erica Lewis, and the head coach Jerron Young. Ladies and gentlemen, you know the starting lineups. The question is, are you ready for basketball?
Trailblazers and Vikings as we get ready to go here at George C. Terry Riverbend Arena. Coach Jerron Young and the Lady Blazers, record of just 1-5. The last time we saw them here on LCTV, they picked up their only win of the year, and that was against Missouri Baptist JV squad. And if you look at this Vikings team from Missouri Valley College in Missouri, they have 2 wins on the year, and those both were wins over Missouri Baptist. So the only team that these 2 teams have beaten so far this year is Missouri Baptist University's JV squad. The MVC, Missouri Valley College record at 2-3, and there's a 3 to start the ball game. Lewis and Clark with a tray. Malvo with a 3 ball, and we're underway just like that with a Lewis and Clark 3 ball from the right side. 3-0. A missed shot by the Vikings, and back the other way quickly comes Lewis and Clark, and Malvo again missed it. Dampier with a follow, no good. And now a rebound, and we may have an over the back on Lewis and Clark. It is Dampier with the foul. Dampier, Hughes, Fox, Mitchell, and Malvo, the starters for Coach Jerron Young. The coach for Missouri Valley College is Michaela Hawley. Their JV squad, they have a varsity team too, from Marshall, Missouri. Here's a turnover, a layup missed by Hughes, and back the other way quickly come the Vikings. In transition, they're underneath, and they'll lay it up and in. That shot is good by Alicia Winston. Winston, a sophomore center, and she puts in the first bucket and the first points for the Vikings from Missouri Valley College. Here's Hughes, and an illegal screen is set out high by Malvo, and Lewis and Clark quickly going to pick up their second foul already here. And that's the first one on number 33, Malvo. Kylie Malvo, freshman from Florissant, Missouri, Hazelwood Central High School. And the Vikings have the basketball with their purple jerseys, a little orange trim, burnt orange trim, and white trim on there too. Here's a ball tipped away and knocked out of bounds by Missouri Valley, and it's going to come the other way. Lewis and Clark ball on the turnover. So Missouri Valley, record of 2-3. Lewis and Clark at 1-5. Women's college basketball, Monday night basketball here on LCTV, and Hughes back out to Malvo. Malvo traveled at the three-point line as she tried to move it around. Actually, that's Mitchell, number 23. Kayla Mitchell turned it over. She's from Hazelwood West High School, and Mitchell with a walk. And now over the timeline quickly go the Vikings here, and knocked out of bounds. Another turnover. Lewis and Clark with good D, good pressure, and good hands. And they'll get the ball back. Rhonda Fox, Kayla Mitchell, the starters. Kylie Malvo, Kayla Dampier, and St. John Hughes. And Hughes has it on the left side now. St. John throws it out to the top of the key, and we have a travel again on Mitchell again, I believe it was. Number 23 with another walk, and 2 minutes into the game. We have some turnovers, and we have a 3-2 score, each team with a bucket. And for the Trailblazers, it's a 3. For the Vikings, it's a 2. And here's a turnover for Missouri Valley College again. Now we're going to go the other way with 17:55 to go, first half. These two teams both under 500 and both trying to get things rolling here in the middle of November. Dampier with a nice move on the run, off the glass and in. Dampier scoring the bucket, 2 points. And so it's 5-2 in favor of Lewis and Clark. And Dampier had a big game last time we saw the Lady Blazers here on LCTV, an 82-56 win over MoBap, Missouri Baptist JV squad. Here's a foul called on Lewis and Clark again, and Dampier is going to pick up her second foul, so she just got a bucket. Now she's got 2 fouls. And just 2.5 minutes into the ball game, they throw it inside. Glass, no good. Missed by Chelsea Wilson, the junior. Back comes Mitchell, leans in and almost rolled in. It's going to be a blocking foul underneath. The Vikings did get back, but Brooks Sanders, the junior, with a foul. Sanders will pick up the first foul for the Vikings here. Michaela Hawley is their head coach once again at the JV level. And the first free throw, no good, and Mitchell will have another. 3-hour bus trip here from Marshall, Missouri, and the college located all the way over between Columbia and Kansas City, Missouri. Highway 70 interstate the whole way, but it's a long way, about 200 miles from here. Underneath, they break the press. Layup is good, and Winston hits another bucket underneath. And Winston makes it a 5-4 game. Back the other way, though. It's an easy bucket for the Trailblazers. Malvo, after a 3 early on, Malvo hits a 2. She's got 5, and it's 7-4. Winston underneath again. Another layup for Winston, and she's got all 6 for the purple here. 7-6, Lewis and Clark by a point. Mitchell holds it high, left wing. Both coaches standing still in front of their benches here and watching their team's offense, defense. Dampier missed the shot. Rebound, Winston and Sanders there, and here's a foul. Hughes and Malvo reaching in for that pass in the backcourt. It is going to be Hughes with her first, and that's the team's 4th foul already, Trailblazers. And we're not even 4 minutes into the game. 7-6. They double team the ball in the backcourt. To the right elbow, shot rims out, no good. In and out for Wilson, number 44. Back underneath, a shot up and in. Malvo, 33, puts another bucket in there. As she found the back door and laid it up and in, and here's a turnover. The Vikings will give it to the Trailblazers again. The blue against the purple here tonight, and it's 9-6. Lewis and Clark with the lead and the ball. The starters in there for both teams. 10 players dressed for the visiting team from Marshall, Missouri. They have 5 subs. Actually 4 subs dressed out on the bench, it looks like. And down to Malvo it goes. Back to Dampier, and it's knocked away in the lane. Underneath, reverse layup, no. Too far under was Fox. Back comes Missouri Valley College, and here's a blocking foul on Fox. And she'll have her first foul. Everybody has a foul except for Mitchell now, at least 1 foul. That's 5 on the Lady Blazers now, and here comes our first sub. It's number 5. From Alton High School, former Redbird, and it is Dominique Thomas, number 5, checks in. Inside, Winston gets free again, and the sophomore is making a living out of those layups. 4 easy shots for number 33. She has all 8 points for Missouri Valley, and now a pass goes a little bit behind Thomas, through her hands and out of bounds, and turnover Trailblazers there. Hughes checked out when Thomas checked in. And now number 10 has it. Sam Gilkey dumps it down to Winston. Glass and good. Winston again. 10 points already for her. 10-9 score. Alicia Winston, number 33, has 10, all 10. The Vikings lead it. There's a travel on Dampier at the free throw line. Back comes MVC. Missouri Valley ball. They lead it now 10-9 and looking for more now as they come up the floor. 5 minutes into the game. Here at Riverbend Arena, the campus of Lewis and Clark Community College. Layup is good. Driving in. Sanders puts it in. Timeout, Lewis and Clark. Trailblazers would like a quick 30-second timeout to talk it over here. And see what they can do about, well, what was a small lead is now a 3-point deficit here, 12-9. And the Trailblazers, again, trying to turn things around. They lost the first 2 games of the year. Then they won that game against Missouri Baptist JV. But now 3 losses in a row again. Kaskaskia, Shawnee, and Lakeland College. They've lost all 3 of those, and they're 1-5 on the year. And some more subs coming in for Lewis and Clark. It looks like 24, Brooke Meyer from Collinsville is going to check in. One of the new players that's into the game now, and here we go with 14:30 to go, first half. Back to action after the Lewis and Clark timeout. A foul there is a little bump by number 31, Taylor Robson. Robson, the freshman, going to pick up her first foul for the Vikings. And to the line goes number 23. That is Mitchell. Kayla Mitchell, the 5'7" freshman from Hazelwood, Missouri, misses the free throw. She's missed 3 free throws already, the only 3 for the Trailblazers. This one's up and in, 1 for 4 now. And she makes it a 2-point game, 12-10. Again, both teams desperately looking for a win here early in the season. They break the press again. Layup is good. Up and in it goes. And Robson this time with a left-handed layup. Here's a 3 the other way, and it's short. Rebound Winston. Vikings have the lead and the ball. Missouri Valley up the floor. Top of the key, open 3, but a traveling call as Gilkey tried to walk into that 3. And their first sub of the night, Renee Washington, a sophomore, checks in. But a couple of subs in for Lewis and Clark. They're going to bring in Benicia Childress, 6-foot freshman, and Ivana Kovacev, 6-foot freshman from Serbia, into the lineup as well. Dominique Thomas back to Kayla Dampier. Dampier to the baseline, bumped by Winston, it looks like there. 33 will pick up her first foul. 13:48 to go now as they lob it in to Kovacev. Back to Meyer, left side. Brooke Meyer missed the jumper. It's going to go the other way now. On the fly, the Vikings have it. Washington back out high. Free throw line wide open. Shot missed by Wilson there. Back comes 34 Childress, but she dribbled it on the sideline. Turnover, Trailblazers again. Unforced error again. And with 13:28 to go in the first half, going to go right back to Missouri Valley College. Dumped down to Winston, knocked away, and Winston pushing off there as she tried to get some space down low, and 33 is going to have her second foul now. Winston with another. 10 points, and now 2 fouls for Winston. Still wondering what she did there. She talks to the official a little bit. 13:13 to go, first half. Dampier down low, stolen away by Washington. Vikings push it up the floor. They had numbers for a moment. Now they'll throw it to Winston underneath. One dribble, but traveling called under the basket there on the sophomore Winston. 7 minutes into the game, and back come the Trailblazers again, who trail 14-10. Back and forth game early on so far. Nobody putting any distance between themselves and the opponents here. It is a 4-point game right now, though. There's a free throw line jumper by Childress. No good. Rebound the other way. Washington quickly on the right side. Fouled by Childress as she slams her to the floor. And Childress going to pick up her first foul. In the air, the free throw rolls in for number 23, Renee Washington. A point off the bench for Missouri Valley now. Winston's going to check out as they bring Sanders back into the game. And Haley Nicewander, freshman Haley Nicewander in too, number 24. Washington hit both free throws, and now all of a sudden it's 16-10. Childress misses a three that would have cut the lead in half, but it's still a 6-point game, and Vikings back the other way. Here they come with Gilkey. Down to Wilson, knocked away. Back the other way quickly. Dominique Thomas fires on the run, missed it. We're going to have a foul here, whistle. The foul is called on Washington. That'll be her first and the team's 5th foul. Lewis and Clark with 6 team fouls. And Dominique Thomas at the free throw line. In the air, and she puts it in. The 5'6" freshman guard from right here in Alton, former Alton Redbird. Last year, she wrapped up her prep career, and 16-11 as Thomas is on the board. This one is good. She made them both. Dominique with 2 and makes it 16-12. Into the game, number 30, Regina Castaneda. Washington now, though, to Wilson. It rolls right through the lane and right to Brooke Sanders, who laid it in. An easy one there for MVC. Missouri Valley with an easy bucket, 18-12. Back to a 6-point lead. Here's Childress, down to Kovachev. Little turnaround there, rolls off the rim. Wilson the other way. Vikings ball. Wilson all the way to the top of the key. Gives to Sanders, back to Wilson. Wilson bounces it out. Washington trying to reset it. Down low, Dampier with a steal. They tried to dump it under the basket. Dampier back the other way, all the way in. No, too hard off the glass. And a foul on Childress. In the backcourt, Washington fouled by Childress. Childress will pick up her 2nd foul, team foul number 7. And Washington at the line, and she's already 2 for 2 there at the free throw line. Here comes number 44, Alara Gill, 6'3" sophomore from Florissant, Missouri, into the game for Lewis and Clark. She's in for Kovachev. Washington puts it up, missed the front end to the 1-and-1 this time. Lewis and Clark with a collision there and out of bounds. Trailblazers going to turn it over as Tamra Williams, number 15, lost it on the break here. Now we're going to have subs. Winston back in, a starter. Gilkey, another starter, back in for the Vikings. 11 minutes to go, first half. As the coach, Michaela Hawley, brings in a couple of subs here. And again, JV-wise, they're going to have another game in a couple of nights. Back home against Central Methodist University over in Marshall, Missouri. So they'll play another JV game in a couple of nights. Trailblazers off for a week. Their next game not till the 26th when they play at Lincoln Trail College. So they have a little bit of break on their schedule. And then a Thanksgiving tournament on the road. Here's a top of the key 3, and it's good. Gilkey with a tray. Back the other way, Brooke Meyer lays it up, no good. And Missouri Valley with that big 3 now, they have a lead, biggest lead of 21-12 now. It's a 9-point advantage. Trailblazers cannot get on track. They had an early lead here in the first 3 or 4 minutes. There's a shot, foul. Lewis and Clark will pick up another. Williams with her first foul. And Gilkey, Sam Gilkey at the line. And she misses the first free throw. She just had a 3, and now she's at the free throw line. And subs shuttling in and out for the Vikings again. One of their starters is back in now, Taylor Robson. But also number 11, Layla Malsom. Freshman Malsom into the game. Here's a free throw missed. Rebound Gill for Lewis and Clark. Up to Brooke Meyer looking for a guard. Finds Dampier inside. Dampier is fouled on a reach in. A little double team there, and number 30, Castaneda. Castaneda with a reach. And that'll be a foul on her. Baseline, Meyer with a shot. No, Gill almost had the rebound weak side there, but back the other way. It's Missouri Valley ball, and they still have that lead of 21-12 here. Here's the high post, Winston. Back to Gilkey. Cross-court, dangerous pass. Quick little spin there, shot missed, rebound in the corner, and out of bounds. Lewis and Clark tried to save it, but out on the Trailblazers. And with 9:38 to go, first half, it's going to be Missouri Valley College firing a 3. Nope, it's a long 2 though. And a foul as Williams jumps out on the shooter, Gilkey. And I think Williams is going to pick up another. And that will be team foul number 10, or number 9 actually, but it was a shooting foul, so she'll get 2 free throws anyway, and Gilkey makes the first one. (22-12). 10-point lead now opened up here by the Vikings. In the air and good. Gilkey 2 for 2. And the double-digit lead is now 23-12. Missouri Valley with the lead. Gill down low. Out high to Williams for 3. It's off the mark. Rebound. Valley the other way. Missouri Valley College to the wing. Traveling called there. The shot was up and in by Malsom, but she jumped. A little jump step and a walk as she didn't put it on the floor. Her shot was good, but it's not going to count, so it remains 23-12 with 9 minutes till halftime now. And Jasmine Alexander into the game from McClure High School in St. Louis, number 10 for the Trailblazers. Here's Gill underneath, blocked by Winston. Trailblazers still have it, and there's a foul. Taylor Robson reaching in for the Vikings. Her second foul. 8:53 to go here in the first half, and Trailblazers at the line. The field goal shooting has not been good here in the first half, so maybe at the free throw line they can make up some points here. The first free throw is good. That's a start. Malvo hits the free throw. And the Trailblazers are 4 for 7 from the line already. It's in the air and it's good. 2 for 2 for Malvo. And now it's a 23-14 ball game. Here's a long 3 and a foul. Williams fouling the three-point shooter, and that's a no-no. Her third foul, though. And so, number 11, Malsom, is going to get 3 free throws, and in the air and good. Layla will shoot 2 more. (24-14), 25-14, 2 for 2, and here comes another free throw. But first, a couple subs in. Fox back in, and Mitchell. A couple of starters back in for Coach Jerron Young and the Trailblazers. And all 3 free throws going in for Malsom. She does a good job there, 3 for 3. 26-14, 12-point lead. First half continues here. Gill underneath, turnaround, good. Gill on a little turnaround for the baseline. So Gill makes it a 10-point game again. Her first points, that's the first field goal off the bench for Lewis and Clark. They've had some subs in there. Here's a 3, missed, rebound the other way. Malvo to Fox. Now to Mitchell. Hands the ball off to Alexander and fouled underneath. That might be Winston again, her third. And she's going to have to come right back off the floor as she picks up number 3. And Alicia Winston, 3 fouls, 10 points, and number 10, Alexander at the line for Lewis and Clark as they try for more free throws here. First one, no good. Winston out, Wilson in. 44 checks in, Chelsea Wilson. Eight minutes remaining first half. Exactly 8 minutes on the clock as Alexander hits the second free throw. And it's now 26-17. A little 3-0 run for the Trailblazers, but a 3 the other way is going to go in for Gilkey as she hits her second 3 of the ball game, and the only 2 threes of our game so far. Here's Gill inside. Nope. To number 44 is battling underneath, and Gill is going to pick up the foul after the Vikings picked up the rebound. Gill missed the shot, then she gets the foul, her first. Alara Gill, foul number 1, and Gilkey to the line as she goes for double digits. She has 8 points. Couple of threes, couple of free throws. Free throw here for Samantha Gilkey is up and in. Sam Gilkey will shoot another one. 30-17. So the Trailblazers had cut it to 9 again, but now it's 14. A little 5-0 run the other way for Gilkey, who scores 5. Here underneath, shot good. And Fox hits the bucket. Her first points, Rhonda Fox makes it 31-19. Vikings miss a shot. Back the other way it comes quickly. Lewis and Clark will throw it away though. Sander the other way, bumped, and a foul called there by Mitchell, her first. 12 fouls now on the Trailblazers in 13 minutes, almost a foul a minute here. And boy, everybody that's getting in the game pretty much getting fouls here. Number 21, Sanders, free throw good. Sanders up and in, 2 for 2, and Vikings starting to hit their free throws. They lead at 33-19. 14-point lead again, 7 minutes till halftime. Shot blocked by Washington. Good D there by number 23. Here's Dampier driving in. Wilson with a foul just inside the free throw line as Dampier went on the move. Wilson with her first. Dampier with 2 points. Last time we saw Dampier here on LCTV, she had 21 points against Missouri Baptist JV team, and the only win for Lewis and Clark. That was a big one too. 82-56 they won that game. Trailblazers finally hit 20 as Dampier goes 1 for 2, tipped around, and going to be a jump ball called here with 6:44 to go. The arrow going to go to the purple though. Visitors have the ball. Missouri Valley College with the ball and the lead at 33-20. 6:40 to go till halftime, and up the floor comes Sanders. Down to Wilson, too high and out of bounds. Turnover. Going to go back to the Trailblazers again. Coach Jerron Young has Alexander in the game, Fox, Dampier, also Malvo and Mitchell. Here's Fox inside, finger roll, no good. Rebound's going to go the other way. Nice Wander with the rebound. Haley, nice Wander, stolen by Alexander. Here she comes to the hole, fade away, good. Alexander for two. She makes it 33-22. They break the pressure, and here comes Sanders to the block, and it rolled off, no good. Nice move up and under there. Malvo with her second foul. And to the line again goes Sanders, who was 2 for 2 there a moment ago. 6 points tonight. And hits another free throw. Brooke will shoot again. 12 points made already for Missouri Valley from the free throw line alone. And that's their lead, is 12 points. Here's a ball tipped out of bounds on the rebound. Lewis and Clark losing it. And so at 34-22, Missouri Valley going to get it right back, up by 12. They throw it into Wilson. Left elbow extended, missed it. Missed everything, and it's going to go to Lewis and Clark. 5:59 to go till halftime. At halftime, we're going to talk a little Lewis and Clark volleyball and tennis. Here's a foul down on the block here as Malvo was fouled by 44 Wilson, her second foul. Both teams in the double bonus with 5:50 to go. Here's Malvo at the line. And she fires it up and in. Ten points for Malvo now. She puts up the next one and no good. And it's going to be a lane violation. And they're going to get another one, another free throw. So it's 34-23. She'll try to cut it to 10. And it's good. 34-24. Malvo 2 for 2. Again, a 10-point lead. Vikings have the lead in the ball, and now we have another foul on the Trailblazers. Alexander this time, number 10. Pick up her first foul. Actually, second foul it has up on the board, so foul number 2 on Jasmine Alexander. St. John Hughes going to check in for Lewis and Clark here after the free throw is missed by Robson. First missed free throw by the Vikings in a little while here. And another miss, 0 for 2. 34-24, here come the Trailblazers again. Inside, shot missed off the glass. Rebound, long one. Malvo all the way down, lays it up and in. Strong move to the glass. Malvo for 2. And just like that, it's 34-26, 8-point game. Sanders breaks the press to Wilson, lays it in. A lot of easy buckets once they break the press here in the first half. Winston had some, now Wilson with an easy bucket, and turnover Lewis and Clark. It's going to go back to the Vikings with a 10-point lead, 36-26. The visitors from Marshall, Missouri. The other side of Columbia, Missouri. Here's a steal and a bucket for Dampier. She lays it in. Makes it an 8-point game again. They break the press again, though. Sanders, nope. Blocking foul is called. Lewis and Clark. Number 33 will pick up the foul, and that is Malvo's third foul. She might have been in the semi-circle there under the basket where you can't draw a charge. And the free throw is up and good. That's a blocking foul, and it's going to be Sanders with one, and now one more. Good. 9 points for Brooke Sanders now. Strong first half for her and Gilkey and Winston. 38-28, 10-point lead. Lewis and Clark underneath. Dampier missed. Dampier up. Dampier in. Kayla Dampier stayed with it. She has 7 points. 38-30. All the way back is Wilson to lay it up and in. Chelsea Wilson breaking it down again, 40-30 score. Not much defense here, a lot of offense for both teams, firing it up and in now. And here's a missed three outside by Malvo, or Mitchell make that. Looks like we're going to have a timeout here with 4:08 remaining first half. Timeout, Lewis and Clark. They trail by 10 as we take a break here at Lewis and Clark on LCTV.
I chose Lewis and Clark Community College because my dentist and my dental hygienist both highly recommended this school for the dental assisting program and dental hygiene program. And I feel completely prepared after going to just a couple semesters here. I feel like I know what I'm doing now. These great teachers, I feel like I can have one-on-one chances with them. So I feel completely prepared thanks to this college. Highly recommended, fantastic atmosphere, and great teachers. Lewis and Clark.
Lewis and Clark with the timeout, and Coach Jerron Young calling a timeout here with his team just trailing by 10 or 12 points now as it's gone back and forth for the last 4 or 5 minutes. They still trail by 10 here. Brent Birkeland back with you at Riverbend Arena. And there is the visitors from Missouri Valley College. Michaela Hawley is their JV coach. She's originally from Naples, Florida. She played college basketball at Florida Southern College in Lakeland, Florida. She also played some professional basketball with a team called the Lady Dolphins from Germany. Played some professional basketball of her own, the JV head coach. Michaela Hawley from Florida originally. 4 minutes to go, first half, and here is Dampier driving in on the block, off the glass, no. Got her own rebound. St. John Hughes will back it up and reset it with 3:50 to go in a 10-point game. Trailblazers down by 10, 40-30. Here's Hughes inside, missed it. Rebound Fox, though, and they're going to get another chance here. Fox no good, but a foul on Missouri Valley. It's going to be Wilson again, and Chelsea has 3 fouls. So Winston and Wilson, a couple of the big players underneath, some height underneath with 3 fouls each. Free throw up and in by Rhonda Fox. Sophomore from Florissant, Missouri, McClure North High School. Fox will shoot another. And it's good. It's down to an 8-point game again. The Trailblazers haven't been able to get any closer in a little while here than 8. And then it's 10, then it's 12 points. 40-32, and here's Gilkey, number 10, with it. Man-to-man defense for the Trailblazers. Goes to Taylor Robson. Robson gets it knocked away, and we're going to have a Lewis and Clark foul again, and it's going to be Mitchell with her second. as she was trying to reach in for the steal. Actually, it's going to be on the Vikings. We're going to go the other way. So, 50-50 ball there, and it's going to go to Taylor Robson with her third foul. So 3 Vikings with 3 fouls each, and here is Mitchell at the other end. Not the foul, but instead the free throws, and she hits the first. She's 2 for 5, make it 3 for 6 as she hits them both. 3 free throws for her tonight, and it's 40-34 now. 6-point game now. Trailblazers clawing back in here, down by 6. Vikings ball. Castaneda has it. Castaneda, the freshman point guard, guarded by Fox. 3 minutes to go. Free throw line, Robson. Blocked by Dampier. Goes to Sanders. Blocked again. Trailblazers ball. Long pass to Mitchell underneath. Good and 1. And Mitchell brings the Trailblazers to within 4. It's 40-36. And Robson is going to have her 4th foul in the first half. So she's going to have to leave. And don't look now, but the Trailblazers can cut it to 3 with a 3-point play here. Mitchell will shoot a free throw. And it's in the air, and it's short, no good. And we're going to have a foul the other way, maybe. Kovachev maybe picking up a foul here. 21 for the Trailblazers, who just checked in, will check in with her first foul. Kovachev, number 1. So to the other end we go, and nice wonder with free throws. And the first one is no good. Haley will shoot another one. Haley, nice wonder. That's the 22nd free throw shot in the first half by the Vikings alone. 22 free throws attempted. They missed them both there, and here's another foul and more free throws as Nice Wonder is going to pick up a foul on Dampier. And now Lewis and Clark to the line. How many free throws have they shot in the first half? 2, 4, 6, 8. This will be number 20 for the Trailblazers. Their 20th free throw goes in for Dampier. She's got 8 points. In the air, good. She cuts it to a 2-point game, 40-38. Trailblazers on a run here before halftime. It was 40-30. It's an 8-0 run for the Trailblazers here. It was a 10-point lead. Underneath, Nice Wonder gives it off to Washington. Jumper good, and that breaks the run. Washington with her first field goal to make it 42-38. Inside, good and 1. Fox with a bucket. A foul is going to be called on Brooke Sanders here now. Her second foul. Sanders with a foul. Fox with a bucket. It's a 2-point game. And she has 6. 42-40. And it's good, and it's a 1-point game. Fox with a 3-point play. Here comes Missouri Valley College, and we have a foul on Mitchell. The fouls just keep coming. This one's on 23, Mitchell, her second foul. 42-41, high scoring first half. Dominique Thomas Going to check in a moment. First, a free throw is up and in by Sanders. And that's her 10th point. She's in double figures. A lot of scoring on the score sheet for both sides here in a 44-41 game. Sanders hits them both. Lewis and Clark with game number 7. Lady Blazers are 1-5. Hughes for 3, in and out. Fox, reverse layup, good! Fox with a spark here lately. She has 9 points all of a sudden. It's 44-43. One and a half minutes to go. Shot up off the rim, no. It's on the floor. Trailblazers could take the lead with a bucket here. Dominique Thomas in, now a little fadeaway, no good. Off the back iron, rebound Washington with 1:15 to go. Halftime coming up. Again, Trailblazers volleyball, Trailblazers tennis. We'll talk about that at halftime. Here's a travel called on the Vikings. Going to go back to the Trailblazers. Anita Holmes checks in for the Trailblazers here with 67 seconds left till halftime. 1:07 left. And it's a 1-point game. Largest lead was, looks like 14 for the Vikings. Shot missed by Dampier. Rebound Sanders. 50 seconds left. Back comes Gilkey now for Missouri Valley College. Sanders again, holds it high, back to Gilkey, guarded by Hughes. Gilkey dribbling right side, back to the left it goes, and Holmes with a foul. Castaneda to the free throw line. Holmes with a foul. $19 fouls for the Trailblazers in this first half. Amazing. Castaneda free throw good. Second free throw no good. 45-43, 2-point game. Here's Hughes with 25 seconds till halftime. Hughes back to Dampier. Dampier driving in for the tie, no good. The follow, good, and one. And we're tied at 45-45, and Dampier will try to break the tie with a 3-point play. 19.2 seconds to go, first half. That foul on Nicewander, her second. Dampier hits the free throw, and the Trailblazers somehow have the lead after trailing by double digits much of the first half. Lewis and Clark lead now by 1. Underneath, Nicewander blocked away, 5 seconds to go. Dampier from half court looks at the clock, fires it up, and no good. Off the glass, off the rim, at the buzzer, and the Trailblazers take a lead to the locker room. 46-45. It's halftime on LCTV.
I chose Lewis and Clark Community College because my dentist and my dental hygienist both highly recommended this school for the dental assisting program and dental hygiene program. And I feel completely prepared after going to just a couple semesters here. I feel like I know what I'm doing now. These great teachers, I feel like I can have one-on-one chances with them. So I feel completely prepared thanks to this college. Highly recommended, fantastic atmosphere, and great teachers. Lewis and Clark.
Oh, sweetheart. Gonna give you a hand?
No thanks, Dad. I got it.
Okay. I'm gonna go fix the lamp in your room.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Packers. Viking. Packers. Viking. Viking.
Red state, blue state, vegan.
Carnivore.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
Downtown.
Optimist.
We come to different conclusions.
Half empty.
Half full.
But when we live united, we create real, lasting change in the building blocks of life. The education, income, and health of our communities,
Live.
our families,
United.
even the person next to us.
Live united.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
It's halftime of the women's basketball game. I'm Kent Scheffel. Alongside is Jim Hunstein, the coach of the volleyball team. Coach, good year. You're that close to not being here because you'd be at the national tournament.
That would have been a fun trip to make. But we came on strong at the very end of the season, playing our very best volleyball at the right time. But we just hit the buzzsaw known as Parkland College. They're ranked number 1 in the region, number 2 in the country, and we didn't quite have enough to get over them, but we did. We finished strong, won our last 3 matches of the year, pulled a big upset in the regional play-in game, knocking off Lincoln College in 5 sets.
Would have been nice to be in Ohio.
Yeah, it would have been. It's always fun. It's always fun to make those trips. When I was an assistant coach at Washington University, we made those trips to nationals, and that's a very, very special time.
And for the girls, it's got to be something really frustrating, but yet very satisfying too, to know that the season turned out that well.
Yeah, I think they came away with a very positive feelings about it. It's unless you're the very, very best team, every other team is going to lose their last match of the season. That's just the way tournaments are run. But we played well, and I think the sophomores that we had did an outstanding job leading the team. I think the freshmen learned a lot from them and are ready to step forward and take control and kind of keep the program moving up.
What's the future hold for those sophomores? Do you have any moving on to 4-year programs now?
3 or 4 of them are very interested in moving on. I've made contacts with a number of 4-year college coaches, heard back from several. They're very interested. The girls are pursuing it. It's kind of up to them to do it. I'll kind of help push them and help give them some guidance, but they're big girls now. It's time to take control, and they're doing a nice job. And I think 3 or 4 of them should be able to play at the next level.
That's got to be very satisfying for you as well when that kind of thing happens.
It's very satisfying because that's why they came here. I mean, you come to a junior college, you want to play 2 years, and then we always say, well, then we'll sit and we'll have a conversation, see what you want to do. Where are you academically? Where are you in your athletics? See where you want to go, and then help them move on.
The tough part for you mentioned earlier, coming from Washington U, you've got the women for 4 years. Recruitment's a little bit easier when you've got that kind of a situation.
It's easier and it's tougher because you can take a player who may need some seasoning, you look at her going, okay, in 2 or 3 years you can probably be a starter. Here we don't have that luxury, so we bring in girls that are ready to play right now, and that's the exciting part. I actually love the recruiting process. It's building relationships, it's getting to know the players, getting to know their families, and making a commitment to them to the players and their families for their daughters, saying we'll take care of her. We'll take care of your little girl.
How many freshmen do you have coming back next year?
We have 8 freshmen on the team this year. Probably all of them coming back. Invariably, again, 1 or 2 may not come back for any number of reasons. We've got a strong freshman class ready to come in next year. It's going to push them. I don't think they're going to be ready for how strongly they're going to be pushed this year.
So the good nucleus is there for next season.
Absolutely. Good nucleus, good talent, good energy, good leadership.
Where are the recruits coming from, and who are they?
They're kind of coming from all over. We've got a couple from the area. A setter from Collinsville, Lauren Chiarelli. We've got Macy Thurston from up in Jersey. And then we've got a couple kids from the Missouri side. We've got Emma Cudini, who's an outside hitter from Rittner. We have Drew Myers, who's a libero from down in Lesterville. And then a couple kids from around Peoria. Emma Wade, who's from Brimfield, and Kennedy Netters, who's from Dunlop, which is just north of Peoria. I checked with both of them. They're both safe through all the storms that hit that area.
Well,
I was worried about them.
Well, you're right. You do have them from all over then.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Is volleyball in this area strong? Is it a big high school sport? Is it as strong as it could be?
It is very strong. It's very strong. And I think it's a little bit stronger in the city, in the urban areas. When you start getting out of the other areas, we've got the Halofka girls from Bunker Hill. That's a school of 250. You could hold the entire school class, whole school together right here on the basketball court. Now, so all those girls are going to have to play a couple sports, and they're outstanding athletes. They just happen to also be very good volleyball players.
Tell us some about the season. Who were the tough teams that you faced? You mentioned Parkland earlier. Who else?
Well, Parkland, ICC, and Lincoln Land. They're Parkland and Lincoln Land are also in our conference. Parkland's ranked second in the country. ICC, I think, finished 7th or 8th, and Lincoln Land was about 17th. So when we finish 4th in the region, there's a big gap between 3 and 4. But like I said, we came on strong, and we had lost to Lincoln College 3-0 earlier in the season. We came in with a whole different attitude, a lot of energy, and we pulled off the upset. But other than that, we play a lot of JV teams, and we do pretty well against them. But the funny thing about our schedule, our record is, in 5-set matches, we're 5-1. So if we can just get those matches to that 5th set, we win those 5th sets.
You wear them down, if nothing else.
Exactly.
You also wear the other hat of women's tennis coach.
Yeah.
Tell us some about the upcoming season.
The upcoming season has a whole lot of great promise for us. In our region, we have Ren Lake, us, and Kaskaskia. One team's going to go to nationals. We've been to nationals the last 2 years, 8 out of the last 10. I do not take that for granted by any stretch of the imagination, so we've got a lot of work ahead of us. But last year we went to nationals. We finished 22nd in the country. We got a couple of girls that played for, went on from here, played for 4-year schools. We got a couple of girls, strong kids coming in. Clara Morrissey from Alton Marquette and Taylor Stevenson from Triad. They're going to bring a lot of energy and enthusiasm and a high skill level to the team this year.
And when you go to talk to recruits about tennis, you really have a premier facility to talk to them about.
Oh yeah, my biggest sales pitch is just meet me at the tennis courts, because the facility is just beautiful. It's nicer than anything they're going to see at almost any 4-year, 2-year, any level school that they go to. I mean, this place is just beautiful. It's got to be for the USTA Futures tournament, but we just resurfaced the courts this year. Everything's nice. It's covered seating. There's fans in there. There's lights in there. It's more than you could hope for most college facilities.
And that becomes a third hat that you wear. That's the USTA tennis tournament, which happens every summer. It always manages to be extremely hot, but a great tournament.
Well, actually, this year we caught a break. Last year, the first day it was about 90, and it kept getting hotter from there, and then we had 3 or 4 days over 105. This year it started at 90 and kept getting cooler. So we were very, very thankful. But that's a lot of fun, because you got these guys, they're pros, they're trying to make their bones in the circuit. They're trying to earn points, trying to earn money. They're literally from all over the world. They come here from all over to Little Godfrey, Illinois, to play in this tournament, and we treat them very royally. We feed them, we get them rides, we get them housing if we can. It's one of the most popular stops on the tour from everything I've heard from the USTA folks.
And that's something that a lot of people probably don't realize, and that's the international flavor of this tournament, because as you say, there are people from all over the world. Literally, there's anywhere from 15 to 20 countries represented, as well as players from all over the states.
Right. Yeah, and it's so much fun, because you have so many challenges. Okay, where's this guy from? This year we were kind of fortunate, maybe not, but in both the finals of singles and doubles, all six participants were from the U.S. Last year, one was from the U.S., one was from Brazil, one was from Mexico, and the finals was U.S.-Mexico. And we kind of created a new tradition that some of the other facilities, some of the other future events have taken up on, and that is to play the national anthem for both teams represented, and we presented a flag to the Mexican player who was here.
And as long as you know what music to play, you're in business.
Well, that's the challenge. That because you don't know until the day before. Mm-hmm. But the way that event is run here, everybody on campus is involved. I'm just the figurehead. I'm just the guy who walks around with a clipboard, looks like I know what I'm doing. But so many people put in so much time to get that stuff taken care of, and it runs very, very smoothly.
And that's a long tournament because you're literally talking a week there.
It's more than a week. It's almost 2 full weeks. By the time you get the qualifying rounds over, and by the time you get to the finals day is the easiest day because you only have one match. And this year we had 2 with the doubles finals on the same day. But and we had a great turnout. We had more than 100 spectators here, which was kind of a first for us. Trying to get some more publicity. Paige Allen, who with the media services, did an excellent job, and she was actually named the media person of the year by the St. Louis district of the USTA.
Coach, thanks for being with us. We've got more women's basketball coming up in just a moment.
I decided to come to Lewis and Clark Community College because it's close to home, and I knew a lot of my friends were going here too, so there's never an unfamiliar face in any of my classes. Coming to Lewis and Clark is a big step in my career path because Lewis and Clark has one of the best nursing programs in the area. Affordable, friendly atmosphere, attentive teachers, Lewis and Clark.
Takeout meals for just $12.99. Call now.
Sherry Pearson. You are the sole surviving heir of the King of Montonopolis, and you are now worth $45 million.
I'm rich. This can't be real.
Of course it's not real. Come on. Having money isn't about luck. Like that takeout meal. Cook at home instead, you can save thousands a year. Feed me. Feed the pig.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Bring out the action hero in you. Fuel up right and get energized. Be part of the greatest action movie ever. The first movie that puts you in the action. Show us how you train and eat like an action hero. Join in at actionheroalliance.com.
And we're back at halftime in a 1-point game as the Trailblazers go on a nice run there before halftime. They trailed 40-30, but now the score 46-45, so that's a 16-5 run to close out that first half for the Lady Trailblazers. As we have some players that are in double figures with a score like this at halftime, we could see 80 or 90 points for both teams here tonight the way things are going. 46-45 at halftime, and 3 players in double figures for the Vikings, 2 players here at halftime in double figures for the Trailblazers. Malvo has 13, Dampier has 12 points at halftime, 9 for Fox as she came on there late in the first half. And again, most of that first half, about an 8 to 12 point lead for Missouri Valley College. But again, a big run for the Trailblazers there to finish off the first half. And let's go down to the floor and see what happens now in the second half as we get ready for more basketball. 20 minutes up on the clock in a 46-45 ball game. And let's see if the Trailblazers can keep that momentum that they had there just before halftime on that 16-5 run, erasing that 10-point deficit, 40-30. Both teams in a little bit of foul trouble, especially when you look at the visitors from Missouri Valley College. They have a player with 4 fouls, Robson, a couple of players with 3 fouls each, Winston and Wilson. All 3 of those players are starters. And one of those going to stay on the bench to start here, and that is Robson with her 4 fouls. Lewis and Clark ball to start the second half, and we're underway as the ball is tipped out of bounds by the Vikings, and Trailblazers have the ball and the lead, 46-45. They throw it in. Trailblazers turn it over. So it's going to go to Missouri Valley right off the bat here. And the Vikings try to get to 3-3 with a victory tonight. Their JV record again at 2-3 so far. Lewis and Clark on defense. Winston pops it out. Off the glass, no good by Nice Wander there. Back comes Dampier the other way. Dampier to the baseline, forced it up, no. Rebound Fox though, and Rhonda's gonna reset it between the circles. Rhonda Fox down to Kovachev, little hook shot, no. Wilson with the rebound. That was off the rim and missed. Back comes Missouri Valley College. Ball tipped out by Dampier there on a pass from Sanders. And it's going to be thrown in by Sam Gilkey, the senior. In the varsity team in action for this Missouri Valley College team tomorrow night, ladies. Playing at home against College of the Ozarks. The Ozarks, like the Ozarks down in Missouri. Here's Gilkey to the baseline, driving in, blocked away, and out of bounds. Shot clock is at 1. 18:48 to go in the game, but the shot clock at 1. They're going to have to throw it in and throw it up. I'm not sure if they know it. And they dump it inside, and the hook is no good. Boy, they got a good look there on the inbounds to Winston. Here's Dampier driving on Winston, no good. And Winston grabs the rebound, and back comes Gilkey the other way. Long pass to Sanders. She'll stop it, bring it back. Gilkey 3, it's short. Off the front iron with 18:20 to go, and we start out cold in the second half like we did to start the ball game in the first half. But things picked up, especially, well, those free throws will help. And there's Dampier with a turnaround, and it's good. She has 14 points. And it's 48-45. Lewis and Clark. Inside, good. Winston back to making those strong moves on the blocks. Left block, right block. Winston has 12. And now it's back to a 1-point game. 48-47. 3 ball, Williams, no good. Rebound, Dampier under there. It was knocked away. And back come the Vikings, trailing by 1 point. Here's Gilkey to the front court. Gilkey fires it to Wilson. Wilson driving into the lane nicely there. Left the shot short. I think it was tipped away on defense there. Block shot. So Missouri Valley will throw it in under their basket. 17:24 to go. Here at Riverbend Arena, campus of Lewis and Clark Community College. Godfrey, Illinois. Sanders off the inbounds, up and in, and Brooke has 13 in the game. She leads the Vikings with 13 now. Back to the top, 17 minutes to go, and the Trailblazers turn it over. They throw it away, and 49-48. 1 point lead going the other way now. Missouri Valley by 1. Down to Winston, knocked away, but she gets it back to Sanders. Skips it to Wilson on the left elbow. Back out high, nice wander 3. Nope, Dampier the other way. Lewis and Clark ball. Here comes Kayla Dampier. Now it's knocked away by Sanders, but Trailblazers will keep it. Fox runs the offense to Dampier for 3. It's good. 3 ball for number 1, Dampier. She has 17 in the game now. And a block at the other end. Dampier blocking Sanders on the baseline. 51-49, Trailblazers by 2. As the teams trade leads back and forth, and St. John Hughes checks in from Indianapolis, Indiana, freshman guard. Fox out, Hughes in. Inside Winston, fouled by Kovachev. Winston at the free throw line, 4 minutes into the second half, and she puts it up and in, and now can tie the game at 51-51 with this free throw. We'll see. It's in the air, no good. And we're going to have a foul called underneath. And I'm not sure. That's going to be a foul called on the Vikings, even though the girl was laying down and had been knocked to the floor, and it looked like she may have hit her head on the floor, and she is down and injured there in the lane and in some pain, looks like holding her head. And I think she's the one that will be charged with a foul, and a tough foul to get there. Nice Wander. Haley, nice Wander, picks up her third foul. And a little shaken up there as she's still laying on her back there after the foul and after the missed free throw. So our score remains 51-50. And with Nice Wonder still down, we're going to take an injury timeout here. 16:15 to go in the game. We're back with more in a moment on LCTV.
I'm Anderson Cooper. As a parent, you want to make sure that your child knows how to deal with bullying when they see it happening. And chances are they want to help, but they don't really know how. I'll teach them that the best thing to do is...
Now it's time for This Week in Bad Stats.
Bad stats?
Horrible stats. Here goes. 260.
That's how many runs were walked in with the bases loaded last season.
Wow, very good. Here's a tough one, though. 3 and 4.
No idea.
That's the number of kids who witness bullying. 3 out of 4.
Not a good stat.
No, it's not, but that can change. Kids want to help, but they don't know how. You can visit stopbullying.gov and give them the tools they need to help prevent bullying.
There are plenty of safe ways kids can help at stopbullying.gov.
Nice Wander slow to get up and walking slowly over to the sideline, and they'll check her out as she was wobbling a little bit as she was walking over there and still shaking up a little bit, but we're back to action now in a 51-50 game, 1-point game, still anybody's game, and here's Hughes with it. Hughes driving on Gilkey into the lane, missed the shot. Wilson with the rebound. Vikings ball. 15:45 to go. Into the corner, Sanders with it. Brooke Sanders will fire it out to Gilkey. Sam Gilkey looking for Winston underneath. Good catch. Puts it off the glass and in. Winston. 15 points now on the night. And she gives Missouri Valley the lead again. 1-point lead the other way. 52-51. Here's Dampier with it. Guarded by Winston out high. Now Washington will guard Williams. Tamara Williams fires a three. It's good. Right side three, number 15. And Lewis and Clark hitting a couple of threes here early in the second half. Williams with her first points of the game. Gives Lewis and Clark the lead. Here's a steal out high. Stolen by Malvo. She'll lay it up and in. 56-52. Malvo with a bucket. 15 for her tonight. Williams diving for the ball, and a jump ball is called. The arrow's going to go to Missouri Valley College. In a 56-52, and now referees getting together to make sure the call here. Jump ball, and they're going to reset the shot clock, but maybe they will do that in a moment. 14:34 to go in the game. They throw it in, and the shot clock does not get reset. And Hughes will be charged with a foul as she looked for the charge, but Hughes is going to get a blocking foul. So Hughes will pick up her second. And with 14 and a half minutes to go in the second half, Lewis and Clark leading 56-42. Both teams were in the 40s at halftime. It was 46-45. Trailblazers by a point. The scoring has slowed down a little bit here. Here comes Williams the other way, fouled by the Vikings, and we're going to have free throws. That foul's going to go on number 10, Gilkey, her first foul. And she may be the only player that's been into the game that hasn't fouled. Well, Malsom off the bench for the Vikings does not have a foul. Dominique Thomas for Lewis and Clark, and Brooke Meyer for the Trailblazers without a foul, but not many beyond that. First free throw, Williams misses it. Second free throw is good. 4 points now for Williams here in the second half. 57-52. Lewis and Clark on a little run here. 6-0 run. Inside though, Wilson will put it up and in. 3-point game, and Wilson has 6. Trailblazers up 57-54. Inside, Dampier puts it up and in. Right back the other way. She has 19. Lewis and Clark's lead is 5 again. Wilson to Gilkey. Gilkey, top of the key, backdoor. Washington blocked away by Dampier. Good D there, as it looked like Renee Washington was going to have a little lane there, a little crease to the basket. Hughes out, Dominique Thomas in. Thomas is in, and Sanders has it on the inbounds. Out to Washington, left elbow, good. Washington brings it back to a 3-point game. Washington with 6. 13-13 remaining in the game. Thomas over to Malvo, back to Dampier for 3, and it's off the rim. Wilson with a rebound. Chelsea will hold it for a guard. Gilkey the other way. Up to Washington, now to Sanders. Sanders driving to the basket, on the block, missed it. Rebound Dampier. 59-56, Trailblazers by 3. Here comes Dampier. Out to Williams for 3. It's off the rim. Washington has it the other way, and she's going to move down the floor, give it to Wilson. Layup, no. Follow up, no. Missed them both. And Wilson's going to grab the rebound and reset it to Sanders. Down to Winston. Here's Gilkey firing it up and missed it off the back iron. And a whistle. And the Vikings did everything but score there. And now some subs going to check in. First Gilkey, though, with a foul, her second. Here comes Taylor Robson with her 4 fouls, checking back in for the Vikings. For the Trailblazers, it's Alexander in, Brooke Meyer in. So Jasmine Alexander and Brooke Meyer both check in, and they're out there with, well, Kayla Mitchell also checked in with Dampier and Dominique Thomas. So it's Alexander and Thomas, Mitchell, Dampier, and Meyer. Here's Dampier into the lane, around the defender, no, but an offensive foul. Dampier with her 3rd foul. Three fouls on Kayla now, and it's still a 59-56 ball game as Robson throws it into Sanders. Back to Robson, to the middle of the floor, and Chelsea Wilson giving to the wing, and Gilkey gets it knocked away. 11:56 to go in the game, and Wilson has it. She'll fire it up on the inbounds. No. Washington fouled by Brooke Meyer. And Brooke will pick up her first foul. 3-point game, but Missouri Valley College going to the line. Renee Washington, number 23. In the air and good. 7 points for Washington now. And she got them both, 2 for 2. So it's a 1-point game, 59-58. Brooke Meyer for 3, no. Dampier will follow it in the lane. Missed it, got her own rebound, up and it rolls in. Dampier stayed with it again, 9 in the second half for Dampier, 21 in the game. Inside, Sanders, no. Wilson tries to run it down. Foul is going to be called on Dampier or Wilson there. It's going to be Wilson with a foul on the Vikings. Her fourth. And so Winston will check in and Wilson will come out. Up the floor, Alexander with the Trailblazers up by 3. 61-58, 3-point game. $11 minutes to go in the second half. Long 3 off the rim and missed by Mitchell there. She was a step or two beyond the 3-point line. Here's Gilkey, out to Sanders. Brooke Sanders resets it. Taylor Robson gets a step. Robson to Winston. Foul is called. Foul's on 23, and that's going to be Mitchell for Lewis and Clark. So third foul on Mitchell. Inside, we're going to have another foul. This one's going to be on Dampier, fouling Robson. And that's 4 fouls on Dampier. The Lewis and Clark leading scorer here in the game with 21. But Robson has provided a little spark since she's come back in. Had those 4 fouls in the first half. Had to sit to start the second half. Had only 2 points in that first half, but now she has a free throw. And another free throw coming with some subs checking in. Gill comes in. Malvo checks in. 2 subs for the Trailblazers. Robson hits them both. 1-point game, 61-60. So Robson goes 2 for 2. Trailblazers 3, nope. Rebound Robson. Taylor Robson going to go all the way down the floor. Layup good. And they take the lead by a point with that bucket there. 62-61. Here's Alexander with a turnaround. No good. Rebound Robson. Here she comes again. Robson all the way down. Left hand, no. Couldn't get it to go this time. 62-61, 1-point game, 10 minutes to go in the game. Midway through the second half, Thomas to Gill. Gill out to Mitchell for 3. It's short with an air ball as she was a step or 2 outside the arc again, top of the key, and Kayla Mitchell fired an air ball. And it'll go to Missouri Valley. 9:50 to go in regulation, second half. Underneath Robson, layup good. Good feed by Gilkey to Robson, and Robson has 6 quick points coming off the bench here in the second half, an 8 in the game. Robson is a freshman, and this shot is missed, and Robson has another rebound. Robson is from Colorado, Westminster, Colorado. Left-hand layup good for the Trailblazers. Malvo puts it up and in. So Malvo with 17 in the game. We're going to have a timeout on the floor with Missouri Valley leading by 64-63 on LCTV.
I decided to come to Lewis and Clark Community College because it's close to home and I knew a lot of my friends were going here too, so there's never an unfamiliar face in any of my classes. Coming to Lewis and Clark is a big step in my career path because Lewis and Clark has one of the best nursing programs in the area. Affordable, friendly atmosphere, attentive teachers, Lewis and Clark.
Lady Trailblazers calling the timeout. 1-point game as we're nip and tuck here. It was a 1-point game at halftime. Brent Birkeland back with you at the George C. Terry Riverbend Arena in Godfrey, and Lewis and Clark back and forth here with Missouri Valley College. Of course, some excitement this week for the Lewis and Clark men's soccer team at the national tournament in Texas, Tyler, Texas. And they will start pool play tomorrow in Texas. Lady Trailblazers soccer team went 19-2. They almost made it to the women's national tournament too. And of course, at halftime tonight, we got an update on Lewis and Clark volleyball and tennis. A lot of good things happening for the Lady Trailblazers there too, volleyball and tennis-wise. Women's basketball tonight. Here's a shot missed. Rebound Sanders. Out to the point it goes, and up and in it goes. And just like that, 3-point game again as Castaneda scores her first field goal. 66-63, Missouri Valley. Ball knocked out of bounds with 8:50 to go in the game. Dampier again with 21 points, but 4 fouls. This shot is blocked out and blocked out by the defense, so Lewis and Clark will throw it back in. Trailblazers trailing much of the first half by 8, 10, 12 points. Now it's back and forth in the second half. Here comes Robson to Winston. Winston steps in, puts it up and in. Winston, 17 points in the game to lead the way for the Vikings. And all of a sudden, a 5-point advantage for the visitors. To the corner it goes. Reverse layup up and off the rim. No, Gill will follow it, missed it. Rebound, Robson grabs it. Robson dribbles out of trouble. All the way up to Sanders. Sanders, layup, good. Sanders for 2. She has 15. 3 players in double digits for Missouri Valley, and all 3 have played well tonight. Trailblazers fire a 3, miss. Rebound Sanders, knocked away, and now a foul is called on the Trailblazers. Might be Gill. It is 44. It is Gill with foul number 2. 7:48 to go as we walk to the other end of the floor, and Trailblazers bring Childress into the game, Brooke Meyer into the game, Rhonda Fox, Malvo and Gill out there too. 7:48 to go, and here's Sanders at the line. She has 15. 7 for 8 from the line and makes another. Boy, Sanders shooting some good free throws tonight. This is her 10th free throw on the night, and she is 9 out of 10 from the line. How about that? Sanders 17 points in the game. 7:37 to go. Here's Gill inside. Too hard off the glass. It's headed the other way. In a 72-63 game. Stolen away. Lewis and Clark ball. Trailblazers need some points. They've been stuck on 63 for a while. It's an 8-0 run. Here's a three. Brooke Meyer. 3 ball. And her first points of the game come right there on that 3 from the left side, and it's 72-66. Here's Sanders for 3 the other way. No, long rebound to Fox. 6:55 to go, and a foul called on the Vikings. Sanders with her 3rd foul. And Ivana Kovachev into the game. Kovachev has it down underneath. Turnaround off the rim. Childress follow. Nope. It's knocked out of her hands. She pokes it back to Malvo. Malvo to Fox. Now a pass went right to the defense. 2-on-1 Vikings. Here's Gilkey. She'll stop and pop, and Gilkey missed it. Sanders follows it. No. Now it's Winston's turn. She'll lay it up and in. And she may be the player of the game as she is picking up buckets underneath throughout the game all night long. 19 in the game. She and Dampier for Lewis and Clark have led the way. Here's a strip and a steal. Could be a 10-point lead if they can get this bucket here. Underneath, Robson lays it up, missed the layup underneath. 5:55 to go. Childress for 3. It's off the mark. Back come the Vikings now. Purple ball, and Hughes and Dampier into the game. Childress comes off, and Fox off the court. Dampier again coming off the bench and back in there with her 21 points. 12 in the first half, 9 in the second half. If she can provide a spark here, 74-66. Missouri Valley with the lead and the ball. Here's Gilkey with it, 5.5 to go. Gilkey for 3, it's good! 3 for Gilkey! A big 3 there. That's her 3rd 3 of the night. She has all 3 threes for the Vikings, who lead it now 77-66. A big run here for Missouri Valley. 3 ball is missed. Rebound, good. Kovachev puts it in, and here comes Robson the other way. Robson to Sanders. To the corner, missed. Wilson fired, no. Rebound, Lewis and Clark down by 9. 9-point game. Here comes Hughes underneath. Dampier gets it knocked away. Sanders out of there with it. Fouled in the backcourt. And now Gilkey with that 3 ball. Well, she's already in double figures, we mentioned, but now has 13 in the game. Gilkey, Sanders, and Winston all in double figures. Robson is almost there with 8 points. Almost 4 of the 5 starters. And here's Sanders back at the line and back hitting free throws. She's now 10 out of 11. 18 in the game. And missed a free throw here. But 78-68 score. Lewis and Clark's last lead was 61-60. And that wasn't too long ago. Dampier left hand, no. Fouled under there. It's going to be a Missouri Valley foul on 31 Robson, and she'll foul out of the game then if that's her. It is on Robson, her 5th. But what a good spark once she came off the bench with those 4 fouls here in the second half. 6 points and 8 points overall in the game. And here's Dampier up, and the free throw is good. 22 in the game. And she made them both. 78-70 our score. 8-point lead for the Vikings, and they have the ball. Underneath, knocked away. Here's Dampier the other way. Dampier double teamed and didn't have much to shoot at and forced it up, missed it. Rebound, Vikings. 4 minutes to go in the game. 4 minutes. Sanders with it, driving in to Winston, right elbow, and she hits from out there too. Winston with a bucket. How about that? 21 for number 33, Winston. And it's a 10-point game, 80-70. There's a 3-ball that rattles in. Hughes hits that 3. And back the other way. Winston's going to hit another bucket underneath. 70, or make it 82-73. Here's a 3 coming up from Dampier, no good. Hughes follows it. Hughes underneath the Dampier, lays it in. Timeout with 3:02 to go. Dampier with a quick bucket there. 30-second timeout. It's 82-75 now. So back to a 7-point game. Missouri Valley still with the lead, and probably try to keep the ball in the hands of some good free throw shooters here. And Lewis and Clark will try to turn them over if they can, but 82-75 score with 3:02 remaining in the game. 13 for Gilkey. Winston now at 23 points. 18 for Sanders. Those are the leaders for the Vikings. Dampier leads the way for Lewis and Clark. 13 in the second half, 25 in the game. Malvo was 17. But Dampier leading the way again, and she's playing with 4 fouls, and she's still out there with 3:02 to go. Where's number 1 for the Lady Blazers? Wilson gets it into Gilkey. Gilkey double teamed, gets out of it. Gilkey up the floor, lost it for a moment, rolls out of bounds. So Dampier, 25 points, has a 3 tonight, has those 4 fouls. But again, 3 players in double figures, including Winston. For Missouri Valley, Winston doing a lot of work underneath. Number 33. Here's Wilson instead, though. Missed the shot. 2:45 to go in a 7-point game. Dampier the other way. Quickly leans in, and she draws a foul there. She was going to pass it across the lane, and it's a foul on Missouri Valley. Number 10, Gilkey, will pick up her 3rd foul. 1-point game at halftime, 46-45. Lewis and Clark led it by 1. Lewis and Clark's last lead was 61-60. But the Vikings went on a little run, and they have the lead now by 7. Dampier misses the front end of the 1-and-1. And underneath, good. Chelsea Wilson with 8 points. She and Robson with 8. 8 apiece, and Hughes will fire a 3. Nope. Rebound, Sanders coming back the other way. Here's Sanders to the corner with 2:05 to go. Now Gilkey lost it, and back the other way, it's Mitchell. All the way down, rolls it in. Number 33, Malvo, actually, will lay that one up and in. And Malvo with 19 in the game now. And that makes it an 84-77 ball game, back to 7 again. And a quick timeout called with Missouri Valley leading the ball game. 84-77, just 1:57 to go. And again, Lewis and Clark looking for that second win of the year. They are 1-5 and have lost 3 in a row since that win over Missouri Baptist JV squad. Lewis and Clark will have a little break here. They won't play for 8 days. Looks like at Lincoln Trail their next game. Vikings will play in a couple of days, another JV game. 2 days from now, on Wednesday, Central Methodist University coming to Marshall, Missouri for a game on Wednesday. Vikings with the lead, and Wilson trying to throw it in, and will throw it into the front court. Now they'll hold it up. Winston back to Wilson, gives it to Gilkey, fouled by Holmes there. Anita Holmes with a reach in. And down to 1:51 to go. Well, we had a lot of fouls and a lot of free throws in the first half. Each team in the 40s at halftime, so we thought we might get to the 80s or the 90s here, but right now just one team in the 80s, and that's the Vikings, who lead it 85-77 with that Gilkey free throw. And 2 for 2 for Sam Gilkey. She hits them both. And the lead is 9, and the Trailblazers need to step it up, get some scoring quickly here. Wilson with a foul, and she has fouled out of the game. So 2 Vikings have fouled out now with 8 points each. Robson and now Wilson. And so the Trailblazers try to get a little closer here in an 86-77 game. First free throw off the mark, no good. And Gilkey has it in the backcourt with 1:33 to go. Vikings try to run out the clock. Leading by 9, a comfortable lead on the road. Here's a move to the right wing, shot up, missed. Washington follows it, no. Here's a rebound, and Dampier thought she got all ball, but she's going to foul out of the game. And Dampier with another strong game, but she fouls out here on a foul under the basket. 12 points in the first half, 13 in the second half. And 25 points in the game. And number 11, Layla Malsom, goes to the line. Malsom misses the first free throw. She had 3 free throws in the first half, 3 for 3, as she was fouled on a 3-point shot. Tries to make it a 10-point game, and she does. 87-77. And only 1:15 to go in the game. Stolen away, Washington the other way. The Vikings will hold the ball with 1:08 to go. Here's Washington driving in, back to Sanders. Sanders and Winston, 2 strong games for the Vikings, and here's a foul on Thomas. Dominique Thomas reaching in. Her first foul of the game, maybe the last player to pick up a foul here tonight for the teams from Missouri and from Illinois. And less than a minute to go in an 87-77 ball game. Gilkey puts it up and in. 16 points for her now. In the air, good. 2 for 2 for Gilkey. 3-ball Williams, no good. Lewis and Clark will keep it, but we're going to have a foul first. And Sanders and Gilkey were both there. It's going to be Gilkey with her 4th foul. In a 12-point game, 89-77. After the game, we'll hear from head coach Jerron Young, Lewis and Clark Lady Trailblazers basketball coach, down on the floor with Kent Scheffel and Trailblazers trailing by double digits here. Middle of the second half, a strong run by Missouri Valley College, and that broke open a close game to another 10-point game, which is what they were leading by much of the first half, too. And they got that 10-point lead right back, really, and lead it right now by 11, 89-78. Sanders over to Washington, 25 seconds left. Here's a steal. Williams headed the other way. Tamra Williams will back it up to the 3-point line, fire it up, in and out, no good. Follow is blocked away, back to Thomas. Thomas driving in, gives to Malvo. Here's Williams, fires, no, missed it, 5 seconds left. That's the ball game, 89-78. Missouri Valley College comes to Lewis and Clark and beats the Trailblazers by 11. Back with the postgame in a moment on LCTV.
I decided to come to Lewis and Clark because it was close to home, inexpensive. I wanted to become a computer graphic designer, also become an animator as well. Hopefully with this degree, I could break into the video game industry or the film industry. Affordable, close to home, cutting edge technology, Lewis and Clark.
Hey, I'm Anderson Cooper. As a parent, you want to make sure that your child knows how to deal with bullying when they see it happening. And chances are they want to help, but they don't really know how. Well, teach them that the best thing to do is calmly walk away, find a teacher or other adult, and speak up. And do your part. Be that adult they can talk to and trust will listen. Join me to help stop bullying. Go to stopbullying.gov to find out more.
Lead paint poisoning affects 1 million children today. If you're pregnant or have young children and your home was built before 1978, you could be at risk. Learn how to protect your family. To find your home's danger zones, the health effects, or just to find help, log on to leadfreekids.org.
This can't be happening.
This can't be happening. Of course it's not happening. Armored car. Listen, having money isn't about luck. Make your own coffee, save $1,000 a year. Feed me. Feed the pig.
Missouri Valley College comes in and beats Lewis and Clark here in Godfrey. Comes into town and makes the long bus trip, about 3 hours, and they make it count coming from Marshall, Missouri, with an 11-point win. Lewis and Clark had some leads in this ball game, but they let it slip away again there in the second half. And again, 89-78, an 11-point win for the Vikings over the Trailblazers. And we'll join Kent Scheffel and Coach Jerron Young in just a moment. 3 players in double figures for Missouri Valley. Winston leading the way with 23 points. Again, Dampier leading the way for the Lady Blazers with 25 points, as they have 2 players in double figures tonight here in the ball game. Lewis and Clark now with a record of 1-6, as they still are struggling a little bit and still trying to get in that win column. It's been a little while now as they've lost 4 games in a row. Started the season at 0-2. Meanwhile, for Missouri Valley, they are now 3-3 on the JV side. The Vikings with a win here, so they even their record at 3-3, and they're going to see what they can do in a couple of nights when they go back home and play another JV game in women's college basketball. But again, for Lewis and Clark, Dampier with 25 points in the game. Malvo scores 19 points. It was 9 for Fox, and that was about it in terms of the scoring. Mitchell chipped in with 5. The Trailblazers led at halftime 46-45, a 1-point lead at halftime. But in the second half, boy, Lewis and Clark had their chances, had a lead of 3 to 5 points, and just like that, it was turned right around by Missouri Valley here tonight. Lewis and Clark's last lead in this game was 61-60, and from that point, the Vikings went on a 29-17 run, 29-17 to wrap things up, and they win it by 11 points here tonight at Lewis and Clark. That's going to wrap things up. Lady Trailblazers falling at home tonight to the Vikings by a score of 89-78, and so long for now.